Mrs. July, I still don't understand. What does this mean?
Mr. Randy, you like money the most. So I have a deal for you. I think you will like it.
Mrs. July, I can't do that.
You must do that, Mr. Randy. If not, you will see the consequences here.
What? How do you know about this?
So, Mr. Randy, accept my offer. And do what I say. Do you understand?
Hello, everyone. Today, I have a new announcement. From today, our school has a new principal. That is Mrs. July.
Mr. Randy, what are you talking about? How can this happen?
I will step back. I will not interfere much with the school. Mrs. July will run it instead of me. So I hope you won't be confused.
Hello, everyone. I'm July January. I'm a famous lawyer in this city. I'm also a beautiful woman. I'm even more beautiful than Snow White. I'm the most beautiful in this city.
What is wrong with her? Is she delusional?
So, I am the new principal of this school. I will change this school to make everything better. Mr. Randy, thank you. From now on, you can rest assured and take a break. I will inherit your spirit.
Goodbye, everyone. I will still come to this school if I can. But the power will be in Mrs. July's hands. Thank you for everything.
Mr. Randy, please don't go. You are a good principal. Why are you leaving us?
Mr. Randy, even though you are stingy, sometimes you have crazy ideas. But to us, those are your memorable traits. You can't leave.
Ella, thank you for your honest words. But I have to leave. This school will be led by Mrs. July. I'm very sorry. But I have to do this.
Mr. Randy, don't go.
Ella, you feel sorry for Mr. Randy, right? But that is the past. From now on, I am the new principal of this school. Everyone, you must follow my direction.
Mrs. July becomes the principal of Ella's school. Teacher Ken, we have been doing homework non-stop. Why haven't we had time to rest?
Everyone. Everything has changed. Mrs. July has issued new study rules. You must complete the required amount of assignment for each subject, and you must do it correctly. So only those who finish everything correctly can rest. If you haven't finished, you must continue until you complete it.
Oh my God! Isn't this too strict?
Mrs. July says it's all for you to study better. And we must follow what she said.
What? Is Mrs. July crazy? She didn't say it before.
Elara, where are you going?
I don't want to do homework. I have to go out.
Elara, things are not like they were a few days ago. If you get grounded by Mrs. July, I can't help you.
I don't care, Mr. Ken. I'm the daughter of the vice president. No one can do anything to me.
Teacher Ken. Just ignore her. She is too stubborn. She doesn't know the current situation.
Elara, where are you going?
I'm here to see you, Mrs. July.
To see me? Why?
Mrs. July. Didn't we already make a deal? Before that, I came to you because you are my dad's friend. You are a famous lawyer in this city. I asked you to help me. And you said these were good ideas. Because you also don't like Ella. You told me to let you handle everything. And then you became the principal of this school. I thought that was the end. I didn't need to study anymore. But why? Did you change the rules? Now I have to study even more? I can't accept this.
Elara, I should thank you. Because you came to me. So I had the chance to become the principal of this school. However, you are a student of this school. You must continue to follow school rules.
Mrs. July, you should know my father is
The vice president, right? You always say that. So what, Elara? Mr. Vince is very busy. You caused many scandals before. Do you think Mr. Vince will protect you? Never. Elara.
you.
Why are you still standing here? Go back to your class and do your homework. If you can't finish it correctly, you will face the consequences. Do you understand? Go back to your class now, Elara.
I know.
Dear audiences, you see, I am a good principal, right? I'm beautiful like Snow White. I'm also a talented woman. This school will be better in my hands. And Mr. Randy? He was a bad principal. Thanks to Elara, I got this opportunity. An opportunity to take revenge on Ella. You should support me instead of Ella. Do you understand? Please comment to support me.
Mrs. July. She tricked me. I can't believe it. I just wanted to avoid homework and not be grounded. Why did everything turn out like this?
Hello, everyone. Over the past 1 week, everything has gone in a new direction. And I realized that in your class, there is a weak student. She often does math homework incorrectly. She does not deserve to study here. That is Ella.
What? Mrs. July. Isn't there some misunderstanding? Even though Ella made mistakes in math homework, when I explained it to her, she redid it and got it right.
Mrs. July. I tried to do my homework. I know I made mistakes, but I tried to fix them.
Ella, you have no right to speak. Here, only I have the right to speak. Mr. Ken? Let me continue. Your teaching method, that is not the way of a good teacher. A good teacher only needs to explain once, and the student will understand and be able to do all types of exercises, no matter how difficult they are.
But Miss July, Ella is not a weak student. The weakest one is Elara.
Mr. Ken, Elara is a good girl. She just needs to try harder, and she will study better than Ella.
What?
Elara, you need to do more homework. You will improve.
But I don't want to study.
This is Ella's decision. As for Ella, please leave this school. This place is not suitable for you. Find another place to study.
Mrs. July. You can't do that.
I am the principal. I have full authority to decide.
Everyone. Goodbye. Thank you for helping me during the past 2 years. Thank you for everything.
Mrs. July,
Miss Evie,
why did you force my daughter stop studying?
because she is not suitable for this school. You should find another school for her.
Mrs. July, You have always hated us. But things must be clear. You are a lawyer. What you are doing is inappropriate. A lawyer must be fair.
Really? I don't care. And I don't want to talk to you. Please, get out of here.
Mrs. July. Everyone can see what you are doing. Don't think you can manipulate everything.
Mom, please stop talking. She won't hear us. Let's leave.
Dear audiences, do you believe that Mrs. July will face consequences for what she did? She did something to Mr. Randy, so he had to leave the school. And she was unfair to Ella. Please support Ella. I must fight for justice for Ella. Do you agree? Please comment to let me know. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up.
Ella. Elara. Was all of this because of you? I just wanted to stop doing homework. So I asked Mrs. July to help me. But in the end, I still had to do even more homework. Elara. Why do you always cause trouble? I didn't know things would turn out like this.
Ella. Miss Evie.
Mr. Randy. Everything at school is in chaos. We had to find you.
Mr. Randy. Did something happen? Why is Miss July the new principal? Why did you step down so suddenly?
Mr. Randy, please answer. Did something happen? You know, Ella was expelled from school.
What did you say?
Mr. Randy, what exactly happened? Please answer us. After Mrs. July became principal, what happened? A. Students studied less. B. Students were allowed to leave early. C. Students did more homework. D. Students did more in-class assignments. E. Students got more snacks. F. Students did more in-class assignments for each subject. If you like my channel, you can subscribe to watch more videos about my stories. Thank you very much.